We have a very, very special guest in the house. It's an exciting episode, especially going into 2025. We have a vision board expert who is transforming lives. She's a leader in goal setting and manifestation. She created her first vision board in 2018, and since then has inspired hundreds of people to make their dreams a reality.
I feel like it's perfect to set the stage and kind of envision exactly how you want your life to be going forward into 2025.
Not just the things that you want, it's also your hopes and your dreams and the things that you want to feel. Brian Tracy, Tony Robbins, Oprah, we're all talking about it. Having a vision is what sets the rest of the year.
Make 2025 your best freaking year yet. Welcome to the
Let's
podcast.
go.
Hi, everybody. Today we have a very, very special guest in the house. It's an exciting episode, especially going into 2025. We have a vision board expert who is transforming lives. Today's guest, Nicole, she's a leader in goal setting and manifestation. She created her first vision board in 2018, and since then has inspired hundreds of people in sold-out retreats, helping people make their dreams a reality. We have a crazy story to get into here.
Thank you
That's
very much.
wild. I have more. Nicole blends her personal stories with practical strategies to show how vision boards can create clarity, focus, momentum. In this episode, she's going to share how to use them to make 2025 your best freaking year yet. Welcome to the podcast.
That was very generous. Thank you very much.
Yeah, we're so happy that you're here.
Yeah, thank
I'm
you
so
so much
happy
for
to be
coming
here.
on.
Thank you so much.
I sent Ian and Alex a message, and I'm like, you have no idea who we have, a vision board specialist.
Yeah, I've never heard of that before. I know what a vision board is. I know people do it, but I've never heard of someone specializing it. So I'm really happy to dig deep into what you do.
And this is our last. This is actually our last episode for 2025. So we feel like it's
2024.
2024.
Four,
Sorry.
yeah.
We feel like it's perfect to set the stage and kind of envision exactly how you want your life to be going forward into 2025.
2025, yeah. It's the perfect way to end our first season of keeping it fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny because a lot of people, they have big goals at the beginning of the year. The year then comes, and then they start feeling like failures towards third quarter,
And
fourth.
not meeting those goals. Yeah.
So why is it so important to do something like this before the year even starts?
I was going to say, do you do the vision board in December, or when would you recommend doing your year?
So the first vision board that I made, I actually made it in January. So I don't think there's a perfect time to make it. But I did something very differently this year, 2024, was the thing that I made differently was I took a whole week to actually not just create a vision board, but I had an intentional week where I did a day for reflection, a day for goal setting, a day for planning, a day for system. I'm just that kind of person that I just enjoy those kinds of things.
Yeah.
So before I was just doing my vision board, but now I think what made the difference is really I was more intentional about it. So you were asking why it was important for us to have a vision board. I think that having a vision, it's what sets the rest of the year. I know that so many people, like you said, get disappointed at the end of the year because they weren't able to create what they wanted to create. They weren't able to do the things that they wanted to do. They weren't able to become who they wanted to be.
Yeah.
And I think that having that vision, especially if it's put on a very visual thing that we always have with us. I have mine on my phone now.
Wow.
I was gonna say, would you recommend having it in your room so you see it every day when it's complete?
Yeah. So I always have it in my phone now. Before though, I had it physical. I travel a lot now, so
Yeah, you can't have it
and it's
physically,
more
yeah.
mainstream to do it on the phone now. I think it's also easier. But before,
you
Old
do your
man Ian
vision
over here, he likes writing everything down. He's like, I'm going to make one with the magazines.
So you do it on your phone,
Yeah,
or do
that's
you
how you
have
should
a
do it.
Bristol board when you do it?
yeah, so you can do it either way, whatever floats your boat.
Yeah.
So the workshops that I've done before with the girls, we kind of provided them with magazines,
Yeah.
but we also asked them to bring their own photos because I think that the more personal it is, the more effective it is. One of the things that I also asked them is to choose actually photos that speak to you, that evoke strong emotions, and not just like, oh, this is pretty, oh, I would love this, you know, because it's gonna be more potent and it's gonna be more powerful if you have something that actually creates that feeling in you that pushes the high vibes. So yeah, but Bristol boards or canvas or a poster, however big it is, I just use mine on my phone now. I made it on Canva. You can make it however you want if you just put it on a Word document. Yeah, others even just do like a life manifesto and they put words in it. I think it depends on what kind of person that you are.
What made you start doing this in 2018?
Oh,
Were you just bored one day and you wanted to do this, or?
So in 2018, I think it was around I was starting my college, and that was during the time when I was getting into like the personal development space in the internet, and I felt like I found my people, but at the same time like no one else was doing it, and I actually made that first one in a coffee shop.
Oh wow.
So I wasn't making it on my laptop. I brought all of my materials.
Yeah.
I brought I brought scissors, like glue, and like I was cutting things up, and people were probably looking at me like, what is this girl doing in that corner making all of this mess? But yeah, so I made that just because like during that time was when I was becoming like that more intentional. I was learning about having an
yourself,
intention. Yeah, having an intention about my life, just having goals to set. And then I found out about like having vision boards. Most of the people that I listened to, like Brian Tracy, Tony Robbins, Oprah, we're all talking about it, like the OG in personal development space. I know more people, it's more mainstream now, which I love, because like before when I was doing it, like I felt so weird because only the elder people were like the OG people were doing it, and no one my age. I didn't feel like I had a community. So yeah, and then I actually was recording myself and I posted it on my YouTube channel. And then yeah, I just brought that, and then the next year that's when I did the workshop when we came to Canada, because I did it first in the Philippines before we moved here.
Wow. Those are where the workshops were.
The workshops were in Edmonton.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, yeah.
You mentioned something here, the role of the reticular activating system. So I know what that is, but what is
Sorry, say that again.
the reticular activating system?
Big word, I know.
So this is something that psychologists use. A lot of coaches use this word. So what is the role of vision boards and the reticular activating system? Why is it so important in making things come to fruition?
Yeah. Okay, so
Can you explain that? Explain it away.
I know that there are types of people where they couldn't get on the manifestation boat because they just need science. They just need like the process behind all of it. And there are things that I can explain that I have like examples, like the things that came through on my vision board that I just don't know how that happened. But also like the RAS, or the reticular activation system, is like, for example, like it acts like, so the RAS, it acts like gatekeeper in your mind, that for example you focus on it, it filters your mind to see more of those things, like you're more aware because it's now in your world, it's now in your mind, that it gatekeeps, it's like a filter in your mind. So for example, you're like, I want to see a yellow car, like your mind is only programmed. It's kind of like it programs your mind to see more
So
of
if I
that.
say because I really want a Range Rover Sport.
Oh, same.
The white.
Oh my gosh,
with
that's my
the-
dream
with the
mom car.
black. And I want it so bad, and I feel like I've been seeing it
Yes.
a lot now, and I'm like, that's the car I want. So is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
So the brain has this ability to filter information based on what you focus on.
Yes.
So if you're saying if you build a vision board, you will start to see the opportunities more
Yeah.
to make those things come.
Yeah, and now that you brought that up, I have a funny story because I'm not sure if you're familiar with the 5-minute journals.
Yeah.
So I was doing it the other day, and I wrote like the gratitude section. I was like, I'm thankful for my eyes to see opportunities. And then I went to Toronto downtown, and then there were like banners that's like the word opportunity all over the all over the city. So I thought that was just funny that I wrote about seeing opportunities, and
then you saw
You literally
word
saw the word.
saw the word.
That's an aha moment right there.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so my other question, for example, with the reticular activating system, like look around the room at everything green. Like everything green,
Yeah.
green, get it in your mind, everything green. Now
See,
close your
it
eyes.
comes up now.
Okay, what's black in the room?
The mat.
Well, I mean, you opened your eyes. Well, the funny thing is,
you didn't say keep your eyes closed.
okay, sorry about that.
Okay, yeah,
That was a good
I do have
example.
one little question. A lot of people make vision boards, and then nothing comes true on that vision board. At the end of the year, they just have a bunch of random things on a board that didn't come true. Is it because they're not looking at it? Like, have you guys made a vision board?
So the thing that Sunny did with everybody, the 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, 10 year, I feel like I would consider that a vision board as well, because you're literally writing down, you know, your personal, your financial, your business, your everything. Like that is your vision for 1, 3, 5, 10 years from now.
I feel like yes, like in a way, but I feel like that's a lot more associated to like, would you say it's different in terms of goal planning compared to like making a vision board? Or would you say it's like more of the same thing?
I wouldn't say that it's different. I would almost say that it's almost like the two sides of the same coin. Like I said, what I did differently this year was I did my reflection. Before I did my goal setting, I did my review and all of it. So it became more special for me, and more important, and more potent.
So, okay, I get what you're saying. That's
You know what I
more of
mean?
like a vision.
And then you have like, I get what you're saying. It's
Yeah,
like, it's
two sides of
almost
the
the
same
same thing,
coin.
but yeah.
Because it's a goal to hit in 3 years. My goal
Exactly.
is to hit, you know, buying a cottage,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
that's my goal. But you're saying the vision board is for the following year, not for like 3 years down the road.
Well,
Or
like
it could be
for
both.
for me, I love creating vision boards like annually, and those are like my hopes. And with vision boards, it's not just like the things that you want; it's also like your hopes and your dreams and the things that you want to feel, like the things that you want to focus on, because it's something that you will always see. Like for me, I always look at it. For Jinder's question earlier, the people that have made vision boards, but it doesn't necessarily like come true. For me, the things in my vision board aren't necessarily like not all of it came true in a sense, but maybe that plays a part where they're not like as intentional about it. But I think going back to the manifestation, the whole thing about manifestation is not just like, okay, I write this down and then I just wait and see what happens, and then
you leave it.
Yeah,
you never look at it again all year. Then you're not gonna do it every day, right?
So coupling it with the action.
aligned action, inspired action.
Yeah.
It's definitely has a lot more to do with that.
So what would you say is the best way? Even though I kind of just asked this, would you recommend cutting and pasting and gluing because that's more physical and fun to do, or like just writing words like what I said, like it's just like a chart that's like 1, 3, 5 years? What would you say is the best way to go about creating a vision board?
Okay, so before actually, I've also tried the perfect day exercise. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with it.
No.
But I had a coach before, and he brought this idea up, and he was like, create like the perfect day. Just write it down. And then, so he just asked me to write it down, but I am such a visual person that I made like, and I'm also such a Virgo that I have everything to be organized. So I made like 3 columns, and then here's the time, and then here's the story of how it plays out, and then here's the visual. So going back to your question, I think it's just what makes it more fun for you.
Yeah.
Like I said before, for me, I'm traveling a lot right now, and I really want to travel. Like that's one of my goals. So having like a physical one wouldn't really be ideal right
for
now.
you, yeah.
So right now, it's always on my phone. At the beginning of the year, I also found out about like girls on YouTube, because I like watching reset videos every single year. They did it differently, where they made a life binder. So it's like something that you can flip through, 1 page for every area of your life. So you can do whatever you want. I think it's more so like what works for you, what you enjoy the most, and yeah, what are you going to use?
Yeah. Is there different columns that you or different things that you say to include in the vision board? Like your happiness, your financials, your relationships, like what would you?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think that one of the best ways to create a vision board is, instead of just like allotting time in it and just coming up with, okay, just that's the only time that I'm going to search for pictures, and just flipping through magazines of what I want. Like it's going to be more powerful if you actually like take the time. I was sorry.
Yeah, no. Keep going. I have a question afterwards.
Okay.
Doesn't it sometimes feel like there's a lot of inner work you have to do when you're creating a vision board?
I was
Like, is
gonna
there
say that too, like pre-work before
Yeah.
you do the vision board, like
Like-
the reflection. And
Yeah, the friction, because there's
Yeah.
always some things that you got to go through to put those things
Yeah,
on paper. Do you feel like you're shedding parts of yourself and becoming a better version of yourself as you're vision boarding? Stepping into that state, breathing into that state, because I know you're a lot about like visualization and feeling. You said a lot of it's the feeling. Do you think that a vision board is more successful when you start feeling that you are those things? Or does the manifestation happen because you're just looking at it and because your eyes are now open towards those opportunities? Like or is it a combination? Like, what's the biggest success story you've
He's
seen
asked
with
like
your
8 questions.
Sorry, I know. I'm freaking crazy here. My brain's going crazy.
Answer.
With all the people that you're helping vision
Oh
board,
my God.
has there been somebody that's like where you've like studied them as like an understudy? Like, whoa, what did they do? Were they thinking a specific way?
Yeah, sorry, just before you answer, I was thinking more of the same thing. Like, can you talk a little bit more about like when you ran those classes, like experiences that people came to those have had?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that just a little bit of like
like 5
context.
questions in
I'm
there.
so sorry, Nicole.
Just like setting the foundation.
I want my 2025 to be amazing. Okay, Alex.
and then
You
we'll
left me, had a baby, finally back here. This is what I needed you. Kidding, sorry.
I
go
forgot
on.
what I was going to say. What
Okay, I'm
was
so
it?
sorry.
Oh,
So Ian,
okay.
yes.
Yeah, the first question was, do people reflect before they do the vision board, right?
Yeah.
How do people do that?
Okay, so reflection. I think I'm just going to say this to give like a foundation because I believe that our own personal journeys with inner work and everything, like it's an ongoing process. It's not like, okay, I have to read these books first before I have to do this. When I was making my first vision board, I've read some books,
Yeah.
but I've kind of also experienced, like for example, I've stopped creating vision boards like a few years ago, and then this was the first time that I made them again, and I noticed the difference between the years. But also, like what I was going to say is the me that created the vision board this time was different from the me that created that first time. And so like wherever you are in your journey, even if you're just like starting, even if you're doing it for fun, I mean those workshops, I would say that most of the people there came because it looks so fun. Like we made it so fun. It was vision board and high tea party, and they could come
Ooh.
with
Yeah.
friends. Like I mean, and I remember I asked them like, "Were you dragged here?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like it doesn't have to. We don't have to have like a prerequisite
Okay.
to create it. I mean, it would help, but just make it. I think that what's important is you have a vision, you know why, or even if you don't know, just because like going back to that, the stories about the things that came true in my vision board, like for example, let's use Taylor Swift.
Okay, yeah.
Because I had Taylor Swift in my vision board, and what's funny is that I wasn't intending. It wasn't like, okay, I want to see her this year. It was not the intention of
Yeah.
that. Like I put Taylor Swift there. It was from her Reputation album,
Yeah.
and that album represents like reclaiming yourself, reclaiming your reputation, your power. Like I was like, this is my comeback year. This is my reputation year. So that's what I put.
Yeah.
And then last week I saw her, and I didn't even.
Yeah.
That wasn't my intention. Why I put Taylor Swift there. Another thing,
Wait, when we met, did you already have the tickets to Taylor Swift or?
I think so. Yeah,
Okay.
I just couldn't talk about it.
Okay, so did these tickets come to you in a very profound way, or
Yeah.
did you go out there and just buy them?
So I got it like 5 months ago, but I did not allow myself to get excited about it. I don't know.
Okay.
That was a different story.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, and then there's another. So for example, travel. Since I was talking about I wanted to travel, so I put like a picture of a girl with 2 suitcases in my vision board, and one of the suitcases color black, and one of the suitcases color beige, taupe,
Okay.
I would say, and. It wasn't because of the picture. I just used that picture as a representation that I want to travel.
yeah.
I want to travel. The girl with the suitcase. But what happened is like before I came to the Philippines for the first time in 6 years a few months ago, and I had to get a suitcase for myself. a new one. And I ordered a specific color that's beige because from this brand, because I already have their carry-on that's colored beige. And then so I was like, oh, it's gonna be cute if I get like a color beige as well that's going to match it. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna be such a girly pop. And then what happened is that they delivered to me the wrong color, and it's color black. And it's color black. So I was like, and then only when and I was actually very stressed about it because I wanted the colors to match, and then they ended up like giving me another one. So thank you to them. But the thing is, when I was like in my destination, that was only when I realized. I looked at my phone and I'm like, oh my goodness, the girl in my vision board like had a black one and then the beige one, and that wasn't even my intention about that.
Things just happen for a reason.
Yeah.
So can we go to your question about the
workshops,
the parties, about
yes,
specific people from the parties?
Yeah.
I know how things came to light for them.
Yeah.
Like, are you able to just touch on maybe one or two examples?
Yeah. So I had some of them were my friends, and then one of them actually this story means so much to me because so like I said, I used to have my own podcast, which I don't have now, but she put like the cover of my podcast on her vision board, and I didn't know anything about it. And then a few months later I asked her to come onto it. So it's just like one of those things.
Yeah.
And then the other girls that women because they're different ages, they would put pictures of about their dream marriages, their dream relationships, their dream career, all about that. And it doesn't necessarily like that they finish it like that day, because like I said, some of them were just like going there for fun. And then once I talk about like vision board and actually being intentional about it, like they're like, okay, I actually need to come home and think about it and then gather some pictures, and then they would finish it at home. I put out a guide on how to like create it. I just give it out to them. But like when I was making my first vision board, the way that I would do it is, so it was a physical board. And what I would do is I would, how do you call it? English, Nicole. Sorry, it's not my first language. What I would do is I would put the pictures that are in the same category together.
Yeah.
So my career is here, my dream family is here, my dream relationship is here. So it's more like cohesive.
Yep.
It's not like, okay, there's a car here and then there's something here.
Yeah.
So it's like,
make it make sense.
yeah. And then going back to categories, I think that it's going to be more beneficial if you do that. Like actually be intentional about your different categories in your life. What do I want for my social life? What do I want for my career, for my work, for my leisure time, my play, I had the Range Rover in my vision boards.
My car, man. I want that car so bad.
I
It's
see
like
it for you.
200,000.
I see it for you.
Yeah, $2,500
I'll
month
put it on
payment.
my vision board. Put you on
Plus
top
insurance.
of it. Yeah.
Maybe you can make another vision board and then put it.
Oh, I've never made a vision board, so
Yeah, it's gonna be in there.
yeah. Oh, 100%. That's perfect. Okay.
You when did you start to give back and start, like, what made you want to start helping people make their vision board? Did you have this heart for helping people achieve their dreams? Like, where did this altruistic part of your mission in life come from? You just started one day saying, hey, I want to help people? Or
Honestly, you made it sound like I was very generous, but like honestly, it was only because, like I said, I was lonely. Like during that time, I didn't have anyone around me who had the same mindset, the same values, who enjoyed the same things. So I was like, I'm just gonna share about it on my YouTube before, and then that the workshops actually it's crazy how it happened because I was part of this. It was called YEG Boss Babes. So that was an organization where they hold a monthly events where women gather, and then one day I was
is that
just
Winnipeg?
no, Edmonton.
YEG.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So one day I just pulled up a Google Doc, and then I wrote there cookies and dream. It was very cheesy, cookies and dream.
Okay.
And I was like, we'll have biscuits, and I was planning for like 10 people.
Yeah.
Just like even just like the girls and then some of my friends.
Yeah.
And then
Cookies and dream. I like that.
Please.
Why didn't we do that? We should literally have a little vision boarding.
We should do a little vision board night.
Come back from Edmonton for this.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
the end
For
of
the
the year.
cookies and dream session with the
Fresh
fresh
approach.
approach.
It
Edition.
sounds so cheesy
Yeah.
now, but yeah, I
But
should.
then you got like 100 people, right?
I know.
Did you get them to pay for it, or did you just do
Yeah,
it for free?
it was a paid for thing, and like we had sponsors
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
event, so it like
Wow.
it took off.
not it was so much bigger than I anticipated because I just wanted it to be like I said, I was lonely and I wanted to do it with people, so
Yeah.
I wanted to just like invite my
Wow.
friends. And
Are you gonna
since,
do it again this year?
I don't think so. Maybe.
I feel like it might be beneficial to some
Yeah.
people to do it for. Yeah, do it. Why not?
Yeah, I
Like,
feel
it
like
might
especially
be
with,
200 people this year.
yeah, and especially with the experiences that even if like only a handful of people have an experience, it's like such a big impact
Yeah.
that you've made on them.
Thank
So
you.
we are actually wrapping up on this episode already.
Yeah.
It's already been. It
Yeah.
went by fast.
I have a question though. Before we
Yeah.
we always end the podcast with the same few questions. But are we gonna make vision boards, guys?
Yeah.
I don't know if I
Yeah.
have time this year because I do have little ones at home.
Yeah.
Make it an activity with them.
No, way too glue with my 1.5-year-old is not a fun idea.
I know some people that want to make some vision boards.
Yeah.
So if I wanted to, I know you're in Edmonton, but if I wanted to do something virtually, would you be able to come on a Zoom call?
100%.
With like 7 or 8 of us in a room. and for us-
100%.
You'd be able to do this?
Yeah.
Holy smokes. We should, well, I mean, I know you have your vision right
I
now,
know.
which is
Yeah.
very blurred, but
I mean, I would love to do something like that. Maybe it could be like we could do something with the team and
yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be like a very nice, like not even like Christmas party or a year-end activity for
Yeah.
like the whole team as
yeah,
well.
like
Yeah.
a year-end activity. That'd be
It
fun.
would be good.
Because I was part of organizations before, and we would make like a vision board for the organization, not even individual ones. So it could be something that you could consider as well.
So if somebody came to you, one random question. If somebody came to you and they wanted to get started with their vision board, but they feel like there's been a roadblock because they're a perfectionist, they want their vision board to be perfect, how would you talk to them about releasing some of that resistance? Because I want to make a vision board. I always want to make one, but I never make one because I feel like everything needs to be perfect. I think I stress out a little bit too much about it and then I don't do it. What would be the first thing you say to me?
Okay, is this the first time that you're gonna make a vision board?
Yeah,
Okay,
first time.
so first of all,
But
like
I've prepped it multiple times. I've had the magazines. I've had the Bristol board. I've bought the Bristol board like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
Had the magazines. Even cut stuff out. Just never really did it.
I'm not sure about like the kind of person that you are or what would work for me will work for you because we all have different motivations. Others need to be like, I just need, that discipline. But for me, I just make it fun. Like I make it fun, and also like we're currently reading Atomic Habits,
Yeah.
and it talks about like highlighting the benefits of it.
Yeah.
So that's something that you can keep in mind, like
Okay.
highlighting the benefits. I've planned this out for years and I never get around to doing it. Give yourself that chance to find out what's gonna happen if you do, because you've done it you've missed so many chances before, and like maybe this could be the year that's gonna like change your life. That's
I
gonna
think that's what I needed
exponentially.
to hear. Give yourself the chance
Yeah.
to have it. You never know what will happen.
100%.
I love that energy.
Okay.
Okay.
So we have to end the podcast with 5 questions, and
Oh,
it's like
5.
A rapid fire.
Okay. Oh.
So first question is, what is one movie, like your favorite movie, that you think everybody should watch?
Can I talk about a book instead?
That's nope, movie. first.
Can I pass? I'll think
Nope.
about.
What's a movie that you love?
Just a movie that you love, or that you think everybody should watch.
All I'm thinking about is Wreck-It Ralph right now. So
Wreck-It
That's
Ralph.
awesome. That is freaking awesome.
Good answer. Okay.
it has lessons though. I would say, especially for
Hey, it doesn't have to have lessons. You could just watch a movie for fun.
That's funny.
What's a book that you think everybody should read, or a book that you're currently reading that's changed the trajectory of your life?
any book by Dr. Joe Dispenza or The Alchemist is my favorite.
Okay.
I've heard The Alchemist is
Yeah,
really
I've heard that a
good.
lot
Yeah.
too. I've never
It
read
is
it.
good.
Yeah, I've
It's
heard
an easy read too.
Yeah.
Yeah, no
Paulo
big words.
Coelho.
Yeah,
Coffee or tea?
hot chocolate or matcha.
Oh, okay.
Switching
Okay.
it up.
Are you an early bird or
Early
a night
bird.
owl?
Early bird.
What's your morning routine?
What's my journaling? I like to journal a lot in my morning, and just however I feel. Like I used to be more rigid with my morning routine, but right now I don't even set an alarm
You just
now.
get up and journal?
And I'm very sometimes I do, sometimes I need it, but right now, and I'm very fortunate to be able to do this because like I don't have to go to somewhere.
Yeah.
I've always had the motto that my mornings are mine, and
Yeah.
however I want to. Yeah.
Cool.
2 more questions. Life is, finish the sentence. Life is
Fun.
fun.
Awesome. And last question: what is one thing you can't live without?
My journal. My journal.
Oh, wow.
awesome.
That's like the theme. Well, that was episode 16 of
17.
Oh my gosh, that was episode 17 of Keeping It Fresh.
Look at
Thanks
you.
for coming on.
Thank you very
We
much.
really appreciate
Thank
this.
you.
You're like flying all over the world. Where can people find you if they want to, create this intentional 2025?
Okay.
Ask you questions.
Thank you very much for having me. First of all, I really enjoyed it. Like you said, time
Goes
flew
by
by.
so
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
45 minutes.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm on Instagram
Okay.
at Nicole.Constante, and yeah,
Put
all
the
my
plugs
links will
in,
be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plug it in.
Well,
and-
this was our end of season last year
Oh,
episode.
wait.
oh my gosh.
I also
Yeah.
wanted to share to everyone that I'm going to send you the PDF that I made before.
Yeah.
They could
Okay.
use it. Like all the
Yeah.
tips,
Yeah.
all the how-tos are going to be there.
Perfect.
So,
That's
yeah.
awesome. Thank you. We'll add that in. But yeah, this is our last episode. I can't believe we are done one season
know.
of
Yeah.
Keeping It Fresh. We're
I
going to take a
know.
little bit of a break.
Yeah.
And then we'll be back in the new year with some new guests and some
Yeah.
all real estate and just
Yeah.
Thank you so much to everyone that
All the
tunes
viewers,
in and
yeah.
all the support that we've been getting.
know.
It's really incredible.
Yeah, I love how you get to experience this raw moment between us
Yeah.
right now.
This
It's
is-
been nice.
it's been a nice.
Yeah.
I just can't believe it.
Yeah.
When did we start this? April.
We had a little dream, and we
Can't remember.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Yeah.
we have some incredible guests coming on. This
Next
episode
year,
is going to be
yeah.
the
Yeah.
best, obviously. But yeah,
Next
it's
year's
going to be a
gonna be
lot of
great.
fun.
100%.
Yeah.
All right, you guys.
So we're taking a little break for the Christmas
the
season,
Christmas season. Yeah.
and then we're coming back stronger than ever, season 2.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And I love the fact that we're doing this together, guys.
Yes, me too.
Yeah.
Too.
Okay. Well,
All
so
right.
Happy New Year's, Merry Christmas,
Happy
everybody,
New Year's.
Merry Christmas.
and we'll see you in the new year.
Cheers.